You've been eating 1,200 calories. The scale won't budge. You drop to 1,000, still nothing. You cut out dinner entirely. You're hungry all the time. You're miserable. You're exhausted by 3 in the afternoon. And that stubborn belly fat, it's still there, maybe even growing. What if I told you that the restriction you've been forcing yourself through for decades is the exact thing keeping the fat on, not helping, hurting? Today, I'm revealing the 4 hidden mechanisms that turn calorie restriction into a fat-storing trap after 40. And I'm giving you the counterintuitive math that actually works. Most women who fix number 1 see their midsection start moving within just 2 weeks. We're counting down from 4 to the most powerful metabolic reset of all. See this woman? She is one of my clients. Stay with me until the end, and you'll have the complete roadmap to break the cycle like she did. Before we begin, let us know in the comments below where you're watching from, your age, and what the biggest problem you're facing during this period. We're reading and replying to every single comment with personalized tips and advice. Now, without any further ado, let's get started. Number 4, your body's secret rebellion. Here's something that will make you furious once you understand it. When you cut your calories dramatically, your body doesn't just feel hungry. It makes you move less without you even realizing it. This is called NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It's all the calories you burn through daily movement that isn't formal exercise. Fidgeting at your desk, walking to the kitchen, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, gesturing when you talk, standing up to stretch, pacing while you're on the phone. All of it adds up to hundreds of calories every single day. A landmark study published in the International Journal of Obesity found something shocking. After weight loss, NEAT can decrease by 200 to 400 calories per day. Let me say that again. Your brain literally turns down your subconscious movement to conserve energy, and you have no idea it's happening. Here's what that looks like in real life. You used to fidget while watching TV. Now you sit completely still. You used to pace during phone calls. Now you stay seated. You used to take the stairs without even thinking about it. Now you wait for the elevator. You used to walk fast. Now you shuffle. You didn't consciously decide to do any of this. Your body did it for you behind your back. It's sabotaging your calorie deficit without your knowledge or consent. Think about that for a second. You're burning 200 to 400 fewer calories every single day just because you cut your food too low. That's the equivalent of a 45-minute jog that you're no longer burning. The exercise you never even did is now erasing your entire calorie deficit. And here's what makes it so cruel. You think you're doing everything right. You're starving yourself. You're being disciplined. You're suffering. But your body is quietly moving less and less, protecting you from a starvation that it genuinely believes is happening. The fix is simple, but it goes against everything you've been taught your whole life. Don't cut more than 300 to 400 calories below what your body actually needs. If you're supposed to eat 1,800 calories to maintain and you drop to 1,200, you've created a 600-calorie gap. Your body will close that gap by making you move less. A moderate deficit doesn't trigger this survival response. Your body doesn't panic when it's only slightly underfed. That step is crucial, but it will fail entirely if you don't understand what's happening to your muscles right now. Keep watching because number 3 explains why your body is literally eating itself while you starve. Hey, I'm Claudia. At 52, I gained 15 pounds in 6 months, despite eating less and exercising more. I was exhausted, my clothes didn't fit, and everywhere I looked, there was conflicting advice about menopause. I felt like I was losing myself. So I created Fit Over 40, a fitness and nutrition community built by a menopausal woman for menopausal women, because we deserve real answers, not guesswork. Inside, you'll get meal plans designed for shifting hormones so you can finally lose that stubborn belly fat. A community of women who actually understand what you're going through. And it's working. Women in our community are losing 10 to 15 pounds in their first 8 weeks, lifting weights they never thought possible, and sleeping through the night again. Whether you've never touched a weight or you're getting back into fitness, you belong here. Click the link below or open your phone camera and hold it over this QR code. It will take you straight to our community page. You don't have to figure this out alone anymore. I'll see you inside. Number 3, your muscles have gone deaf. This is the part that nobody tells women over 40. Your muscles don't respond to protein the way they used to, not even close. When you were 30, you could eat 15 grams of protein and your muscles would hear that signal loud and clear. They'd repair, they'd rebuild, they'd stay strong. But something changes after 40, something fundamental. Your muscles develop what scientists call anabolic resistance. They become deaf to low protein signals. A study published in the Journals of Gerontology tested exactly how much protein older adults needed versus younger adults to trigger muscle building. The results were striking. Young adults needed about 20 grams per meal to maximize muscle protein synthesis. Adults over 40 needed 40 grams per meal to get the exact same response. That's double. Your muscles literally cannot hear a 15 or 20 gram protein signal anymore. It's too quiet. They need a 40-gram shout just to wake up and respond. Now, here's where calorie restriction becomes an absolute disaster. When you cut your food intake drastically, protein is always the first thing to drop. You're eating salads, rice cakes, fruit, maybe some yogurt if you're being good. Let's do the math on a typical 1,200-calorie restriction day. Breakfast, yogurt with fruit and maybe some granola, 10 grams of protein if you're lucky. Lunch, a salad with a tiny bit of chicken on top because you're trying to be healthy, maybe 20 grams. Dinner, whatever you can scrape together because you're exhausted and starving, maybe 15 grams. That's 45 grams total for the entire day, spread across 3 meals. Not a single meal hit the 40-gram threshold your muscles need to even respond. Your muscles hear nothing. They get no signal to repair, no signal to rebuild. So they waste away, they atrophy, they disappear. And here's the part that should make you absolutely furious. Every single pound of muscle you lose takes 6 to 10 calories per day out of your metabolism, permanently, until you actively rebuild it through strength training and adequate protein. Research shows that up to 25% of weight loss through calorie restriction alone is muscle, not fat, muscle. That's why the scale goes down, but your belly stays exactly the same or even grows. You're not losing the fat you hate, you're losing the very tissue that burns fat in the first place. After years of yo-yo dieting, after decades of restriction and suffering, your metabolism is slower than someone who never dieted at all. And it's not because something is wrong with you. It's not because you're broken. It's because you've been following advice that systematically destroyed your muscle tissue piece by piece. The fix is to prioritize protein above everything else. 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight daily, with at least 40 grams at 2 separate meals. If you weigh 70 kilograms, that's about 150 pounds, you need 84 grams of protein minimum every single day. And here's the key that changes everything. Even if it means eating more total calories, the protein is more important than the deficit. 1,600 calories with 100 grams of protein will serve your body infinitely better than 1,200 calories with 50 grams. Before number 2, I just want to say, behind every video is a ton of effort, and the best reward is knowing you enjoyed it. By liking and commenting, you give me the motivation to keep creating more content. Thank you for being part of this journey. Number 2, the cortisol cost of chronic hunger. Here's the mechanism that connects absolutely everything. When you're chronically hungry from restriction, your body thinks you're in danger, real danger. So it pumps out cortisol, the stress hormone, the belly fat hormone. A study published in Psychosomatic Medicine found that women who restricted their calories to 1,200 per day had significantly elevated cortisol levels. Their bodies were in a constant state of stress alert, fight or flight, all day, every day, just from being hungry. And here's the cruel twist that makes menopause so much harder than any other time in your life. Research published in Obesity Reviews found that abdominal fat has 4 times more cortisol receptors than fat anywhere else on your body. 4 times more. Let that sink in. Your belly fat is specifically designed to respond to stress signals. It's primed and ready to grow the moment cortisol shows up. So when you chronically starve yourself, when you walk around hungry all day, every single day, your cortisol stays elevated around the clock. And that elevated cortisol sends a constant signal directly to your belly fat. Grow, protect yourself, store more. We're in survival mode and we need you. Your body doesn't know you're dieting for a wedding or a vacation or a reunion. It thinks you're genuinely starving. It thinks there's a famine happening. And when the body thinks it's starving, it protects the fat reserves it needs most for long-term survival. That's belly fat. That's visceral fat. The exact fat you're desperately trying to lose is the exact fat your body is desperately trying to protect. Studies show that women with higher cortisol reactivity have significantly more abdominal fat than women with lower cortisol. The research is absolutely clear on this. And menopausal women already have elevated cortisol just from the hormonal chaos happening in their bodies. You're layering restriction stress on top of hormonal stress, on top of life stress, and then wondering why your belly won't budge. It won't budge because you're screaming at it to protect itself. The fix sounds like giving up. It sounds like making excuses, but I promise you, the science is clear. Eat enough that you don't feel chronically hungry. Chronic hunger equals chronic cortisol equals protected belly fat. You cannot out-diet this mechanism. You cannot out-willpower it. You cannot out-discipline it. Your body will win every single time because it's trying to keep you alive. Eating enough to feel satisfied, especially focusing on protein and healthy fats, which keep you full for hours, keeps cortisol in check. It tells your body that the danger has passed, the famine is over, and only then does your body give you permission to release the belly fat it's been protecting so fiercely. Stay with me because number 1 reveals the math that changes everything. This is where the entire picture comes together. This is the most important point of all. Don't click away. Number 1, the counterintuitive math. This is the most important point on this entire list, and it's going to sound completely wrong at first. It's going to sound like I'm telling you to give up, but stay with me through the science because this will change how you think about food forever. A study in the International Journal of Sport Nutrition compared 2 groups of people losing weight. One group lost weight slowly with a smaller calorie deficit. The other group lost weight fast with an aggressive calorie cut. Both groups lost similar amounts of total weight on the scale, but here's what happened underneath. The slow loss group preserved significantly more muscle mass. The fast loss group lost muscle right along with the fat. And remember what we learned in number 3, muscle is your metabolism. Every pound of muscle you lose makes your body burn fewer calories at rest, forever, until you rebuild it through hard work. Evidence-based recommendations published in the Journal of the International Society of Sports Nutrition found that deficits of 300 to 500 calories are the sweet spot. They maximize fat loss while preserving muscle tissue. Larger deficits don't help you lose fat faster, they just help you lose muscle faster, and muscle loss is the last thing you need. Here's the math nobody ever taught you. A 1,200-calorie diet with 50 grams of protein destroys your muscles. It triggers NEAT reduction. It elevates cortisol all day long, and it ultimately locks your belly fat in place. You might see the scale drop. You might feel like you're making progress, but the fat stays. A 1,600-calorie diet with 100 grams of protein preserves your muscles. It keeps NEAT running at full capacity. It maintains reasonable cortisol levels, and it actually allows belly fat to release. You're eating 400 more calories than the starving version and losing more actual fat. Let me say that one more time because it sounds impossible. Eating more food with adequate protein results in more fat loss than eating less food with inadequate protein. This is why diets have failed you. This is why you've been stuck. This is why you feel broken when you're not broken at all. The mechanism is crystal clear. Adequate protein prevents muscle loss. Adequate calories prevent NEAT reduction. Adequate food prevents cortisol elevation. Remove any one of these protections, and your body fights back with everything it has. And your body will win because it's designed to survive. For a 150-pound woman, roughly 70 kilograms, that means around 80 to 90 grams of protein minimum every day, at least 2 meals hitting that 40-gram threshold, and a calorie level that doesn't leave you starving and miserable, usually 1,500 to 1,700, depending on your activity level. Track protein first, calories second. That's the order that actually matters. Swap number 1. Instead of slashing calories as low as humanly possible, create a moderate deficit of 300 to 400 calories maximum. If you've been eating 1,200 calories, bring it up to 1,500. Yes, up, not down. Swap number 2. Instead of spreading tiny protein amounts across the day hoping they add up, front load your protein with at least 40 grams at breakfast and 40 grams at lunch. Make protein your non-negotiable priority every single day. Swap number 3. Instead of hours of cardio that spikes your cortisol and burns your muscles, do 2 to 3 strength sessions per week that preserve and build muscle. Add daily walking, which actually lowers cortisol instead of raising it. Swap number 4. Instead of staying chronically hungry as a badge of honor and proof of your discipline, eat enough to feel satisfied, especially protein and healthy fats that keep you full for hours. Chronic hunger is not discipline. It's a signal that's keeping your belly fat locked firmly in place. The rule is simple, but it goes against everything you've been taught your entire life. Eat more, not less. Prioritize protein above calories. Move in ways that reduce stress instead of creating more of it. Now that you've fixed what's going into your body, let's talk about how to move it. Option 1 is walking. A 10 to 15-minute walk after each meal dramatically improves your blood sugar response and actually lowers cortisol. 3 short walks per day equals 45 minutes of fat-supporting movement with 0 stress on your system. No special clothes, no gym membership, just walk after you eat. Option 2 is strength training. 2 to 3 sessions per week of resistance work with weights or bands. This doesn't spike cortisol like cardio does, and it's the only type of exercise that actually builds the muscle that drives your metabolism. Focus on compound movements, squats, hinges, rows, presses. Lift heavy enough that the last few reps feel challenging. Option 3 is yoga or gentle movement. For women with highly elevated cortisol from years of stress and restriction, sometimes the best exercise is the one that calms your nervous system down. Yoga, stretching, tai chi, gentle swimming, these lower cortisol while building functional strength and flexibility. Pick one approach and start this week, not next month, this week. Remember, the goal is to support your body, not punish it anymore. If you find this video valuable, please give it a like. By doing this, YouTube will show this video to more women who might benefit from it, allowing you to help others as well. Thank you. If you want to watch 5 exercises that can help you during menopause, click on this video.